All the pictures of them. Mill Junction, what's the reaction been to them so far?
Well, when we started building, probably a lot of skepticism about what we're putting together. But we completed the project on about the 27th of January, and we've had a fabulous take-up by students. Newtown's not known traditionally as a student area.
Yeah.
And pretty much everyone we've taken through to see the development have said, wow, we could really imagine living in this place.
Yeah. So what does it consist of? I mean, we're talking about empty silos and containers that have now been converted into accommodation, and I see that they're stacked on top of one another. Talk us through it. How does it work?
I'm pretty sure most people are familiar with the grain silos. If you drive around Johannesburg on the M1 to the west of the city, there are these big 10 concrete pipes that went up 10 stories.
Yeah.
You might be able to see them on the screen.
Yes.
We then added shipping containers on top to give 14 stories, and what we created really is this most incredible view site of Johannesburg. Now those pictures are probably slightly before we finished. They were taken about 2 weeks ago. And we have accommodation that runs, we have accommodation for 375 students in single and double sharing accommodation. And we've combined it with a whole bunch of lifestyle choices for lifestyle facilities for students.
Yeah.
So on every second floor we have TV rooms, we have study rooms, we have computer rooms, we've got a rooftop garden made of astroturf, so maybe not the most green and friendly, but it's certainly very beautiful up top. So we've really tried to create a lifestyle experience for students where they can live in a very convenient space that's probably about 1.6, 1.7 kilometers from Wits and from UJ.
Brilliant. Affordable?
We tend to charge exactly the same rates as are recommended by the universities, so formal residence accommodation, and we are actually accredited with UJ as one of their accommodation providers.
Now, in terms of this being in other sort of cities, I know we were talking about Cape Town, is this working in Cape Town as well?
Well, Cape Town is slightly different. You might know the Biscuit Mill,
yes,
which has been converted to a space for, I believe it's a Cape Town Creative Academy, with a really top-rated restaurant on the roof of that. And Cape Town's, a little bit different. That conversion, people said, wow, that's so cool, it's so Cape Town. In Joburg, when we started this and we said, this is what we're going to do, people said, wow, how's that going to work in Joburg? And I think it's great that now we've completed it, we've seen the demand and just how students are loving actually staying there. It really says how Johannesburg is interested in interesting architectural ideas, new designs, just new things for the city skyline.
They look amazing inside. I mean, is this the inside of these silos?
Yes, it is.
It's amazing. I mean, inside them, I mean, okay, I've never been in one, so I'm seeing it like viewers are seeing it perhaps for the first time. What do you do to the walls and the roof? I mean, how do you actually finish them off?
Well, what you're seeing there are the original silos. So there's very little you do to them. You cut out a lot of windows to obviously bring light into them. And at the same time as cutting out windows, you need to put floors in. So there's a lot of architectural work, design and engineering work that needs to go into actually turning those into livable spaces. So what we started with was clearly just these 10 very empty pipes going up 10 stories.
Yeah.
And you can see how those can be transformed. And then we combined that. We just extended the shape because we had bulk to go higher than the 10 stories. We made the decision that to extend the actual silos up another 4 stories wouldn't work. And the idea was hit on to use shipping containers. And it's been a great addition because the shipping container at the top, each individual apartment has its own balcony. And again, the views of Johannesburg are just
they're magnificent. Yeah, they're absolutely. I was actually there over the weekend and just having a look at those views in the inner city. Oh, it's priceless. Plans to move these and to put these all over South Africa, is that in your...
Well, there's on the silos themselves, there's obviously a shortage. We used unused grain silos that have been abandoned probably in the 1980s, late 1970s. There is another set of these in Newtown which we have actually bought, so we've got our eye on what we can do with those. Not sure if it's going to be identical to this, but certainly it's suitable for a conversion into apartments or a student residence or something different.
Yeah.
But we're quite excited about what modular design using shipping containers introduces for us and I think for Johannesburg. Gives us an opportunity to take old spaces that might otherwise just stay derelict and abandoned.
Absolutely.
And turn them into something really useful that people want to stay in.
And
not forced to stay in, they want to stay in. They line up to rent those apartments.
Fabulous. I think it's a great idea. Paul, thank you. You need to take me down to go visit them because I just think it's a brilliant concept. Paul Lapham is the CEO of Citiq, having a look at that Mill Junction that's providing students with accommodation right next to the universities here in Johannesburg and also some down in Cape Town. So great idea. Right.